20 American truck models are heading toward extinction. Sales have collapsed so dramatically that manufacturers are quietly discontinuing entire configurations that once dominated American roads. These aren't just slow sellers, they're automotive dinosaurs facing complete elimination from dealer lots across the country. The Ford F-150 regular cab represents the death of traditional single-cab trucks in America. Ford sold just 12,000 regular cab F-150s last year compared to over 60,000 in 2018. The shift toward crew cab configurations has made single cabs irrelevant for most buyers. Families want four doors, while commercial buyers increasingly choose crew cabs for employee transportation. Ford has already eliminated the regular cab from several trim levels and engine options. Dealers report regular cab inventory sitting for over 6 months, while crew cab models sell within weeks. Industry analysts predict Ford will discontinue regular cab F-150s entirely by 2026. The Chevrolet Silverado work truck has become an invisible truck that exists primarily on paper rather than dealer lots. Chevrolet sold fewer than 8,000 work truck units annually. The truck has become so rare that many dealers have never seen one on their lots. The work truck's death stems from General Motors' strategy of pushing buyers toward higher profit margin trims. Dealers receive better incentives for selling higher trim levels, while work truck allocations remain extremely limited. Commercial fleet buyers often find better deals on higher-equipped models due to manufacturer incentives. Chevrolet has quietly reduced work truck availability to special order only in many markets. The Ram 1500 Classic embodies everything wrong with keeping outdated products alive past their expiration date. Stellantis kept the previous generation Ram in production as a budget alternative, but Classic sales have fallen with fewer than 15,000 sold last year. The Classic's interior design dates back to 2009 with materials and technology that look hopelessly outdated. Even budget-conscious buyers expect modern infotainment and safety features that the Classic cannot provide. Dealers report Classic inventory aging on lots for over 8 months, while current generation Rams sell quickly. Stellantis has announced the Classic's discontinuation for 2024. The GMC Sierra regular cab faces identical extinction pressures as Ford, but with even worse sales performance. GMC sold fewer than 8,000 regular cab Sierras last year, making it one of the lowest volume configurations in the truck market. The truck has become so rare that spotting one feels like seeing automotive wildlife. Most GMC dealers order 1 or 2 regular cab trucks annually just to have them available for rare customers. The truck's rarity creates a vicious cycle where limited availability drives buyers toward crew cab models. GMC has eliminated regular cab availability from most Sierra trim levels and engine combinations. The Ford F-150 Lightning Pro represents the collision between electric vehicle mandates and market reality. Ford positioned the Lightning Pro as an affordable electric work truck starting at $39,000, but fewer than 3,000 units have been sold since launch. The advertised starting price applies only to fleet customers who meet minimum order quantities. Retail customers face significantly higher prices that often exceed $50,000. Range limitations make the Lightning Pro unsuitable for most commercial applications, with real-world range dropping below 100 miles when towing or hauling heavy loads. Fleet managers report that workers refuse to use Lightning Pro trucks due to range anxiety and charging complications. The Chevrolet Colorado work truck was eliminated entirely for the 2023 redesign, but remaining 2022 inventory continues gathering dust on dealer lots. These leftover trucks represent the final examples of truly basic mid-sized trucks that the market has decisively rejected. The Colorado work truck's death reflects the broader elimination of affordable truck options across the industry. General Motors calculated that basic work truck buyers generate insufficient profit to justify continued production. Remaining Colorado work truck inventory sits unsold for over 10 months on average. The few remaining trucks represent the end of an era when manufacturers offered truly utilitarian vehicles focused on capability rather than luxury. The Ram 1500 Tradesman has become the invisible truck of the Ram lineup, with sales so low that many dealers have never ordered one. Ram sold fewer than 6,000 Tradesman models last year, making it one of the rarest configurations in the full-size truck segment. The Tradesman's failure stems from Ram's focus on luxury and lifestyle positioning rather than basic utility. The truck's Spartan interior and limited feature content feel inadequate compared to competitors. Dealer allocation policies favor higher margin trims, while Tradesman availability requires special ordering with extended wait times. Ram has reduced Tradesman marketing to zero while focusing promotional efforts on higher trim levels. The Ford Ranger XL represents Ford's half-hearted attempt to offer an affordable midsize truck in a segment increasingly focused on premium positioning. Ranger XL sales have collapsed to fewer than 4,000 units annually as buyers overwhelmingly choose higher trim levels. The Ranger XL's problems begin with pricing that positions the base truck uncomfortably close to F-150 prices. When a full-size F-150 costs only $3,000 more than a mid-size Ranger XL, rational buyers choose the larger truck. Equipment levels in the Ranger XL feel inadequate for a truck starting near $35,000. Ford dealers report Ranger XL inventory aging for over 6 months, while higher trim Rangers sell more quickly. The GMC Canyon Elevation was supposed to bridge the gap between work truck utility and consumer amenities, but it has become one of the slowest selling trucks in America. GMC sold fewer than 3,000 Canyon Elevation models last year, making it essentially invisible in the marketplace. The Canyon Elevation's failure reflects GMC's identity crisis in the midsize truck segment. The truck offers minimal equipment upgrades over a work truck while costing significantly more than comparable competitors. Buyers cannot understand what they receive for the GMC Premium when the underlying truck shares everything with the less expensive Chevrolet Colorado. GMC has reduced Canyon Elevation availability to special order only in many markets. The Jeep Gladiator Sport has become the forgotten variant of an already struggling truck line. Jeep sold fewer than 5,000 Gladiator Sport models last year as buyers overwhelmingly chose Rubicon and Overland trims. The Sport exists primarily to advertise a lower starting price that few customers actually pay. The Gladiator Sport's stripped-down equipment levels feel inadequate for a truck starting over $40,000. Manual windows, basic seats, and minimal technology create an ownership experience that feels punitive rather than utilitarian. Dealer allocation policies strongly favor higher trim Gladiators that generate better profit margins. Most dealers order 1 or 2 Sport models annually just to display the starting price advertised in marketing materials. The Ford F-150/40 Super Cab represents a dying middle ground between single and crew cab configurations that satisfies nobody in today's market. Ford sold fewer than 15,000 40 Super Cab trucks last year as buyers chose either regular cab work trucks or crew cab family vehicles. The Super Cab's rear seat access through tiny doors feels archaic compared to crew cab convenience. Passengers struggle to enter and exit the rear seating area while cargo space suffers compared to regular cab alternatives. Commercial buyers who might consider Super Cab typically choose crew cabs for employee transportation or regular cabs for maximum cargo capacity. Ford has eliminated Super Cab availability from most F-150 trim levels and engine combinations. The Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Limited represents General Motors' confused attempt to keep outdated trucks alive beyond their natural lifespan. These leftover previous generation trucks exist primarily to maintain lower advertised starting prices, while current generation Silverados command premium pricing. Limited sales have collapsed to fewer than 8,000 units annually. The Limited's interior and technology feel ancient compared to current generation alternatives. The truck's dashboard design, infotainment system, and materials quality lag years behind contemporary standards. Dealer enthusiasm for Limited models approaches zero as inventory sits unsold for over 10 months on average. General Motors has announced Limited discontinuation for 2024. The Ram 2500 Tradesman represents the ultimate work truck that nobody wants to work in anymore. Ram sold fewer than 2500 Tradesman trucks last year as commercial buyers increasingly choose better-equipped models. The 2500 Tradesman's Spartan interior feels punitive for workers who spend entire days in their vehicles. Manual windows, vinyl seats, and minimal climate control create working conditions that modern employees refuse to accept. Safety regulation compliance has made basic heavy-duty trucks increasingly difficult to justify. Many commercial applications require backup cameras, stability control, and other features that the tradesman provides reluctantly. Fleet buyers report that 2500 Tradesman trucks have higher turnover rates among drivers who request reassignment to better-equipped vehicles. The Ford F-250 regular cab represents the final stand of single-cab heavy-duty trucks in a market that has moved decisively toward crew cab configurations. Ford sold fewer than 6,000 F-250 regular cab trucks last year, making them among the rarest vehicles in America. Even commercial applications that traditionally favored regular cab trucks have shifted toward crew cab alternatives. Modern work crews expect transportation for multiple employees, while tool storage increasingly moves to secure job site containers rather than truck beds. Dealer allocation policies strongly discourage regular cab orders due to slow turnover rates and limited customer interest. Ford has eliminated regular cab availability from most F-250 trim levels and engine combinations. The GMC Sierra Pro was introduced as a fleet-focused work truck variant, but has failed to generate meaningful sales volume despite commercial fleet needs. GMC sold fewer than 3,000 Sierra Pro trucks last year, making it one of the lowest volume configurations in the heavy-duty segment. The Sierra Pro's positioning between basic work truck and premium consumer trims satisfies neither market segment effectively. Commercial buyers want maximum utility at minimum cost, while consumer buyers expect comfort and features. Fleet customers report confusion about the Pro trim's value proposition compared to basic work truck alternatives from other manufacturers. GMC has reduced Sierra Pro marketing to virtually zero while focusing promotional efforts on consumer-oriented trims. The Ford F-150 STX represents Ford's attempt to create a sport truck variant that nobody asked for or wanted. The STX combines selected appearance upgrades with questionable equipment choices that appeal to neither performance enthusiasts nor practical truck buyers. Ford sold fewer than 4,000 STX trucks last year before announcing the trim's discontinuation. The STX's equipment combinations feel arbitrary rather than purposeful. Sport appearance cues conflict with basic interior appointments, while performance remains unchanged from standard F-150s. Dealer feedback indicates that STX shoppers typically choose either basic XL trucks for utility or higher trim levels for features and comfort. Ford has officially announced STX discontinuation for 2025. The Chevrolet Express Cutaway represents the dying gasps of traditional body-on-frame commercial vehicles in an industry moving toward unibody alternatives. Chevrolet sold fewer than 12,000 Express Cutaway units last year as commercial buyers increasingly choose more modern platforms. The Express platform dates back over 20 years with minimal updates to meet contemporary safety and efficiency standards. The truck's ancient underpinnings feel crude compared to modern commercial vehicle alternatives that offer better fuel economy, safety features, and driver comfort. Conversion companies report declining interest in express-based builds due to the platform's limitations and upcoming regulatory changes. General Motors has reduced express development investment to maintenance levels while focusing resources on more modern platforms. The Ram ProMaster City represents Stellantis' half-hearted attempt to compete in the small commercial vehicle segment dominated by Ford Transit Connect alternatives. Ram sold fewer than 8,000 ProMaster City units last year. The market decisively rejected this rebadged European van design. The ProMaster City's European origins create numerous compromises that American commercial buyers find unacceptable. Parts availability, service network coverage, and repair expertise lag significantly behind domestic alternatives. Size limitations make the ProMaster City suitable only for very specific delivery applications, while larger alternatives offer better versatility. Stellantis has reduced ProMaster City marketing investment while focusing resources on larger ProMaster models that generate better margins and sales volume. The Ford Transit Connect represents Ford's attempt to create an American small commercial vehicle using European platform engineering. Despite stronger sales than some competitors, Transit Connect volume has declined significantly as buyers choose larger Transit models. Ford sold fewer than 20,000 Transit Connect units last year. The Transit Connect's size limitations restrict its usefulness compared to full-size Transit alternatives that cost only moderately more. Commercial buyers increasingly prefer vehicles that can handle maximum loads, rather than optimizing for fuel economy at the expense of capability. Passenger wagon variants of Transit Connect have essentially disappeared as buyers choose SUV alternatives. Ford has announced Transit Connect discontinuation for the American market, acknowledging the vehicle's failure to establish sustainable market position. The Jeep Comanche exists only as leftover inventory and specialty builds rather than regular production. Any remaining Comanche trucks represent automotive archaeology rather than current market offerings. The few dozen remaining examples serve as reminders of Jeep's previous truck attempts before the Gladiator. Original Comanche trucks from the 1980s and early 1990s occasionally appear on dealer lots as restored examples or low-mileage survivors. These vehicles attract collectors rather than practical truck buyers seeking contemporary capability and features. Specialty builders occasionally create modern Comanche tributes using current Jeep platforms, but these one-off builds cost more than practical alternatives while offering questionable reliability and support. These 20 American truck models prove that even the strongest automotive market cannot support unlimited variety when consumer preferences shift decisively. Which of these disappearing trucks will you miss most? Subscribe for more insights into the rapidly changing American truck market.